Coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers. Seems like we were October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 12, fellas, here we go. 6 guys, check 6 guys.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the end. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He takes this for 3 to the 29. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Anthony Barr in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Mariota on 1st down. Open out on the left side. This is Cole. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marcus Mariota with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On second and a couple, Garoppolo, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here we go.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Come up the ball. 11, 11. 12, fellas. Here we go. Get hot.
Play action, Garoppolo. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Tighten down. There you go. Check it out, Reed. He's coming. One.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. He finds an opening past the 40. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 56 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Carolina getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
11. Watch out.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Complete to Julio Jones. Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And Beasley with it over the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Rush in. He's caught.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jakeem Grant, 82 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put it under a heavy rush. and down he goes. Dante Fowler racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Man, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Garoppolo now. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Jaguars getting set to go. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. Now a handoff for Lindsey. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
So don't say nothing. Check 3, check 3, check 3. 3. 1. Check the backer. Recon, 132 fight.
On second down, Montgomery. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
A beautiful fake. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. Carolina getting set to take the field. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Dante Fowler, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dante Fowler in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's the Panthers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Here comes Grant on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 43-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. That'll bring up second down.
Check 4 to 61. Matchbox, right. Hayward. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Mariota. That is caught at the 7. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the route is on here in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. Normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Garoppolo now, 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Get the ball right here. Let's go. Watch twist. Watch the twist. 11. 36.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Mike Williams, the intended target. And it's second down.
Second and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
65. That's what I do. Kill. 21. Here we go. 21. Bang.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Quarterback, don't get nervous. One. We're getting the protein spell. Don't get nervous. Kill. Hey, check.
Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now.
54 Mike. Get that ball, D.
Mariota from the gun on third down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10.
Push him back.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And Jones has it over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
21. Hey, Alpha.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo, the left side completion to Jones. Touchdown, Carolina. Julio Jones. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Silver. Sponge.
3.
First down, Mariota. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cole. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Mariota now. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Alex Okafor able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Now Mariota. It's complete to Grant. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Here we go.
The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. 4 yards on the dump off at 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jakeem Grant, 39 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. McManus now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. 11.
Hey, one set.
Bravo.
54. Mike, 54. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear.
On first down, Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. Touchdown, Carolina. Julio Jones. 78 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Let's go.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Three. One.
58, right over there.
On second and 11 now. Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's Cole. A gain there of 30 big ones. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a second and 13.
58 to Mike. In the face. Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58 to the Mike. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Now Mariota. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here we go. Hey, check, Mike 21.
Three.
Third and long here for Mariota. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
They got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10.
Hey, orbit. 54.
Garoppolo on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Dante Fowler, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on third and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Now the pressure gets to him again. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Garoppolo going to go on fourth down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Panthers take over first and 10. Let's go. Their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. 180!
54 Mike. Record. Hey, alert.
21.
Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick six. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here we go.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
Bandit.
13. Go ahead.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Panthers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. It's caught. Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 27 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Stick! Stick! White.
Check back. Check three.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Garoppolo. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 24 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. And it's caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Latavius Murray, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Garoppolo again. And he's got it. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Mariota to throw it this time. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Man, I got you. Hey, switch gears.
3. 1.
Scene 6.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Where are they, team? One.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Throwing here, Mariota. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, but it's going to be second down.
Let's get off the field, D. Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54.
A second down throw here for Mariota. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Two.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, but it'll be second down. On first down, that leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats. The Panthers on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Step aside.
Here we go. 180. White.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Hey, Zoom.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland.
Let's go, baby. Pick 6 all day. Don't throw my son.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive